afternoon, 47. Your destination is the annual Global Innovation Motor Race in Miami, Florida. After analyzing the data from Reynard's computer, the case is clear. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox, head of robotics developer Kronstadt Industries. A visionary inventor and technological innovator, Robert Knox has spearheaded Kronstadt Industries to the bleeding edge of technological development. His equally brilliant daughter, Sierra, is not only a financial wizard, but also a fiercely competitive race car driver, with a fiery temper to match. Kronstadt enjoys enormous popularity with global consumers. However, few are aware that the company is also one of the world's leading suppliers of next-gen military tech. Last year, despotic ruler Jin Po employed prototype Kronstadt drones against peaceful civilian protesters in the now infamous Tungan Valley incident. And although it has yet to be proven, there is little doubt that the Knoxes personally brokered the deal, making them complicit in a war crime. It is unclear why the Knoxes would betray their masters, but likely the fear of being next on the Shadow Clients hit list has pressured them to cut a deal with the enemy. Undoubtedly, with Kronstadt Industries on their side, the militia will increase their attacks tenfold, and so our contract obligates us to retire Robert and Sierra Knox and contain the damage they may inflict on Providence. I will leave you to prepare.
And welcome everyone to another Roulette Rivals 16 match between Fuzk and Ducker. It is the final match of the Swiss round 5 stage. Afterwards, maybe like something around an hour after the match ends, roughly, the pairings for the 6th and final round of the Swiss tournament is gonna be drawn. Welcome in everyone. I hope you are ready for an exciting match. I hope Ducker is around. Let me quickly, yes, after a quick stream refresh, he is also here for this first Miami of this double Miami match. We've seen a Haven ban from Fuzk, very disappointing at that. Mumbai by Ducker, and we got another minute actually, maybe just to make sure everyone is ready and here. Both picked Miami, so we will see a Miami directly after a Miami, and then at least one more random map afterwards. Since it was just asked in Twitch chat, after the 6th round of playoffs of the Swiss stage, the top 16 players are gonna advance to the knockout stage, which I believe is a single elimination bracket. For the world, not the world title, the title of R16 at very least, first title of this year. Let's see. Stat-wise, Ducker a bit favored here. 19-5 is tough to beat. 3-7-2 his opponent Fuzk. Personal best of Fuzk is almost doubled than the one of Ducker. So let's see, maybe Fuzk can improve his personal best with this first spin. That is going to be Sierra Knox Battleac as the Sheik and Robert Knox Silenced SMG as a medic. Not the toughest of spins. There is the Sheik disguise grab is likely gonna be the toughest part about this spin. We see Fuzk already loaded in, started as the medic, getting one of the 2 required disguises. Straight up does make a lot of sense. We'll see Ducker a bit later loading in, took a bit longer in planning, but also starting as a medic. And running over, Fuzk immediately grabbed a Sugar, might want to Sugar strategy. I am not sure if the medic is trespassing in here he is. Very nice. So that, well, it's gonna make this even possible in the first place. Ducker on the other side is going for a different approach. Seems like Ducker might go for Robert first. At least by his... judging by his movement. He's ran all the way from the medic area over. And it looks like he's on the way towards Robert. He's in the correct disguise for that. And yeah, might be picking up some useful bodyguard disguise afterwards, which is gonna make grabbing the battle axe and possibly the Sheik as well a lot easier afterwards. In the meantime, we see Fuzk doing standard sugar isolation. Switches back into the medic. And gonna do the peekaboo. Into the side room. No KO or anything on Sierra, which would make this not really doable. Fuzk missed the peekaboo. He's having a bit of trouble. Sierra doesn't really want to look at Fuzk now. Finally got the attention. And it's just gonna wait behind the door. Ducker, I did hear Ducker fire lots of shots off, but... Oh, he wanted one shot in the SMG, I see. He emptied his full magazine to only have one shot, to only do a single shot on those guards, KO'd the guards. And has the battle axe, which is in this top area. I did actually not, I did think the battle axe was the one that's at the hotel area, but I believe that's the old axe actually. So this does make a lot of sense, grabbing the battle axe first and then going over to Sierra. Ducker needed to reload there after only having one shot left, but managed to get this first kill done very nicely. Fuzk in the meantime. Has gotten the Sierra isolated, and Ducker might have just thrown his battle axe out of bounds. He did bounce it off the wall, and it bounced on the railing of the stairwell below, and or the floor below, and it has fallen out of bounds, and that is a restart for Ducker. Quite a painful at that. That is not how you want to lose your run. So far, Ducker has shown some very good playing though. So let's see. Fuzk still has, well, the possibility of doing exactly the same as Ducker. And is currently working on the Robert isolation now, or Robert kill rather, since Silence SMG and Medic all right there to do the kill. Let's see, sneaking around, hiding behind the guards, guard KO'd, and likely gonna be a live kill on Robert. There it is. First kill done for Fuzk as well. Gonna drag him into this little side room to hide him as needed. And yeah, gonna go grab the battle axe and then make their way back. They have Sierra already isolated. Just need the Sheik disguise, but plenty of ways to rip to that too. So definitely curious to see how the players are gonna approach that. Ducker, now we can see it again, emptying his SMG. 5-3 and a single shot left. Gotta resist the urge to press the reload prompt on that. That is gonna distract both of these guards. And two thrown distractions. Or two thrown KOs rather. It's gonna get those two guards. Ducker choosing a different way or path out of the Kronstadt, Miami, Seaside, Bay Center, whatever it's called. Doesn't face the same difficulties with throwing the battle axe as Ducker did, whose stream is currently acting up a little bit, but it seems like it's fine now. Fuzk making extra sure that he's not spotted by anyone, but he's not even trespassing around down here. Now all they need is the Sheik. They thought about a durian wall bang, I believe, or are thinking about it. This would be a new thing to me. The durian did not hit the ceiling, and instead exploded on the floor below. And Fuzk is now trespassing up here. Lots of eyes around him that he doesn't really want to be there. Outside here is fine though. So I can just drop something and he'll be fine. Does need to find a way to get this Sheik now though. Ducker in the meantime got the kill, got the battle axe fine this time, and is catching up very nicely. Let's see if they have a better way or a quicker way to grab the Sheik and then a quick Sierra isolation afterwards. This could be could still work out in Ducker's favor. Where currently Fuzk is very well in the lead, grabbing the Sheik now with I believe it was a Trank and a blue egg. So Fuzk now has everything they need to finish this spin. Just need to get over to Sierra, kill and exit. Needs to get a new medic disguise, of course, for the medic exit, if that's what they are wishing to use. And Ducker gets spotted in the, I believe that's the Thwack paddock, where the Sheik is located. That's another restart for Ducker. Certainly not working out for him so far. Let's see. Twitch chat is going crazy at the place. First tried to not a medic, but Trank, the one Kronstadt mechanic that is currently looking towards him. Now that the race is over, he could possibly be at that point forever. Lots of prying eyes left and right in this Kronstadt paddock. Just making sure nobody's following into this little side room where he does his very scientific experiment of what happens when a very large, very sharp battle axe meets a human skull, and the answer is death. Quite quickly as well. And that is Fuzk done with all the conditions, just needs to get out. One Enforcer currently in his way, who he peekabooed in there by accident, but waiting for them to get out. Cameras are still up for Fuzk. Did not think they were taking care of that, so hopefully, nope, not getting spotted. By that, a new medic disguise is all they need. And that is Fuzk out after 10 minutes and 19 seconds. A new personal best for Fuzk as well. And yeah, 9 minutes 27 in-game time. That is the first Miami going in Fuzk's favor. But as we said before, we are going on the very, very long path from Miami to Miami. Since this was picked by both our contestants, we can see right there still Fuzk's old personal best, of course, and the old lifetime performances of both players as the Miami that just happened is, of course, not in the statistics yet. as these are pulled live from RR stats. Only completed matches are on there. So we can now imagine Fuzk has a 4.72 lifetime performance. Ducker has a 19.60. And Fuzk with a 10-minute 19-second personal best. Options to improve even further. And of course their head-to-head is now no longer tied at 0-0, but Fuzk leading with a 1. Option of Ducker tying this up, of course, if they win the next Miami, which, judging by the score, the lifetime performances, I would say is still favored, and Ducker definitely showed some great promise if they hadn't go everything wrong for them. Sheet grab and the battle axe. So let's see, maybe this next spin, something more in Ducker's favor. Map record currently being held by Giannini, 4 minutes 17 seconds all the way back, and Roulette rivals 13. So that is only up for almost a year now. I believe I looked that up during a cast previously already. I believe it is a bit over a year at this point that record has been put up. Could be the last time we see that. This next record is a record-worthy spin. Let's see. It is going to be Sierra Nox Starfish as Ted Mendez and Robert Knox Falling Object as event crew. I would say this is not a world record spin by any means. Well, Zanical is gonna immediately get on that, and I want to see them finish the spin quicker than 4 minutes 13 real time. Starfish, of course, inside the aquarium, right about where you would usually, I guess, also get the Robert Falling Object kill. She's around there as well. Event crew. Startable, but also not the not the most difficult to grab. Ted Mendez, on the other hand, I'm gonna grab him quite early, and we can see our players synchronously loading in, synchronously doing pretty similar isolations. I want to say not identical. But let's see, both players 10 minutes now, obviously allowed around these halls, and are grabbing, at least Fuzk is grabbing the Starfish, as we have a buffer at both players, which is more often than not my issue and not them, of course. So sadly I have to quickly refresh. Maybe we're back? I hope we're back. I'm very sorry for that. I don't know what the fuck happened, but players were buffering for me. Then my OBS started acting up, or I was disconnecting, then my OBS was starting to act up. But we can at least see Ducker now. Not so sure about Fuzk. I believe this might have been a Twitch issue, because I saw that both the player, or at least Fuzk, certainly had issues as well. I'm not sure if Fuzk is live still, or if that's an actual thing. No, Fuzk is offline. I actually believe this might have been a Twitch issue where everybody just got disconnected for a little bit. Ducker seemed to reconnect automatically, me not, and Fuzk is offline. So somebody will have to tell him about that, hopefully. So far we can only see what's happening for Ducker. Who's apparently have restarted by the time I looked last looked last at his stream, and I hope maybe people are having this issue with my stream now as well. I don't hope so. Let's see. Ducker currently has Ted Mendes stalking around inside the upper areas of the Kronstadt Bayside. I don't know what it's called. The thingy, the big building. And seems to be triggering a target lockdown on Robert, which I think is the usual way to get him downstairs to near the near the falling object that you want to do for him. He is currently running right past Ducker. He's also now tranking for the personal bodyguard of the ever so speedy Robert Knox. He seems to be speeding up even more as he's walking down. There's the big fish that you want to get the falling object kill later with, I suppose. And was a Ducker, of course. Shot the wrong thing here first, but now also gets falling object. The starfish, of course, not the falling object. Doesn't have that. Might blow him. Anyways. Switching into a security disguise, leaving Ted Mendes there, is telling me that he's now going to go for an event crew first. And then, pick his Ted Mendes disguise back up right there again. And go get... get Ted Mendes, get event crew now, run back there, get the falling object kill, get Ted Mendes back, run over and do Sierra. As we can see, they are grabbing this event crew, who I honestly didn't even remember existed, nor that he is safe to grab. Apparently, as Ducker is just leaving him right then and there. Let's see, Ducker using nice little distractions to get back inside where he needs to be in a trespassing disguise. Also taking care of cabs while he's around here. Anyways. And getting the falling object kill as required. Gonna get Ted Mendes back and run over. So now Ducker just needs... Ducker just needs to, well, get Sierra now, and that is, at least by now, usually done by textbook. So, Ducker now, well, pretty much doing textbook Sierra stuff at this point. entered the Kronstadt garage, trespassing the skies of Ted Mendes, who is obviously not allowed around here. Question why is such an important military man of the country should just be allowed everywhere, I guess. But no. Ducker's cutscene starting quite late allowed him to get very far away from the pit box, or like well, yeah, I guess the outdoor area thingy. I don't know what to call it. Fuzk is still offline as of right now. We are debating behind the scenes what is currently happening. We have no indication what happened, if it was Twitch acting up or something else. And Fuzk has pressed done just now. 11 minutes 17 seconds. We have no way of verifying their run, however, sadly, at least as of right now. And Ducker is likely going to be out in a couple of seconds as well. Pretty much likely outside the photo finish range, sadly. Or sadly, luckily, I'm not quite sure how to put this. But there we have it. 11 minutes 41 seconds. That is still within photo finish range by a couple of seconds. But yeah, admins will have to figure out how to go about this now. Technically, this is a photo finish. Technically, Fuzk finished earlier, but of course we didn't have a stream from Fuzk for a pretty much the entirety of this Miami. And quickly confirm, Fuzk is still not online. It happens if no local recording. Technically, we cannot verify Fuzk's run. Therefore, under normal circumstances, this run would be would not be valid, as we cannot verify that they have done anything about this spin. Pretty much, we cannot see any of the kills whatsoever. However, the situation, of course, isn't isn't a standard situation. We did have apparent Twitch issues, at least alleged Twitch issues, during the first minute of the spin, I believe. At least we can only assume there was a Twitch issue if it happened to all of us. Of course, could still only be me that fucked up something. My Twitch acting up or whatsoever, but certainly say that we did not have Fuzk's recording throughout without any recording. We do not have a Fuzk recording apparently, but we will see. Now it's in the hands of, well, technically the match admin Reaper, but of course, an extension, the entire admin team behind the scenes is currently discussing what is being done in this situation. Whether it is going to be a win for either player, a replay of Miami. We will see what is happening. apparently Fuzk was not aware that his Twitch stream cut out during the match. So that is why they stayed offline for the entirety of that spin. Of course, we can't do much in that regard. Yeah, at this point, all we can pretty much do is wait, considering this. Technically, this is what we would have done either way, seeing as this is a photo finish and without a wave. This would have been counted out anyways, with a bit of a waiting. But we will see. Either way, if either player wins this, we will move to our first random match, but at the current point in time it does look like it is gonna be a respin of the second Miami, as the match. Let's hope Fuzk can get back online for this run though. Fuzk apparently is back live. Let's quickly verify that on my end as well. There we have it. Twitch already apologizing about it. But apparently Fuzk faced the same issues as I did, where I had to relaunch OBS in order to go back live again. But yeah, I believe the official statement is going to be now a respin of Miami number 2. And now we have it. Coming up next is Miami, after Fuzk still on a 2-point lead. So now we can enjoy yet another Miami, as we didn't have enough of that just yet in this spin. Who says no to more Miami? As but yeah, we will have third Miami in around about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes apparently. I'm sure we will get a countdown in soon. But yeah, Fuzk would have been on a 4-0 lead by now, at least very likely. We of course also don't know, or at least I do not know, Ducker's loading times. I can deduce that they must have had at least one restart in their run, as they were on just seconds in when I reconnected my stream, which was over a minute into the spin, I believe. But even if that would have been a perfectly legit run with both streams running, I believe Fuzk would have taken it in the end and would have led this match 4-0. But he did it twice. Maybe you can do it thrice. Another Miami coming up in 1.5 minutes. And another one Fuzk is able to win, of course. Unlucky situation. He sadly can't really do anything about that. Of course, Twitch disconnects are beyond our control. So yeah, we'll have to just shake it off and play on. Maybe now. we'll have another shot at a world record in Miami. The previous spin wasn't necessarily the best one to do a world record on, as we did see quite a long run from either player. But in the end, both of them exited about the same time. I believe it would... Not sure if it would have been another personal best improvement for Fuzk, as I can't quite remember if it was 10 or 11 minutes where he exited. Anyways, the option of an even quicker Miami is still on the board. Maybe this third Miami spin will be more easy on these players. Let's see, another 5 seconds, and we will have another spin. It is going to be Sierra Nox Cleaver as Aeon Driver and Robbernox Starfish as a Thwack Mechanic. So, yeah, let's see. The score is perfectly fine. It should be 2-0. The second Miami was nullified due to Twitch issues. And this is a respin of the second Miami, which has now become the third Miami because we already played one technically. But because of Twitch issues, couldn't play it and have to do another one. Starfish make an appearance again, but for the other target, and this time likely the easier one. Starfish now being for Robert, which is geographically closer to Robert as well. This spin, I would say, is a bit quicker than the previous one. Aeon Driver, of course, or Driver and Mechanic, like, don't believe they are entirely unique, but with the amount of mechanics and drivers on Miami, it's easy to forget them, I believe. Fuzk starting, Waiter remembering to grab the Cleaver. And also some mimetic rat poison, and might be quite sure what their plan is, but oh, this is the Aeon Driver right here apparently. Oh, and he wants to poison his glass apparently, but now he's gone blue. Now he's gone red, for very sure he got stuck. The Aeon Driver did block him. I don't know what that was a second ago. Ducker on the other side still yet again started a Bayside center, immediately running in, grabbing Starfish, going up for Robert first, I believe, or at least that's what it looks like. Not quite sure why, as ooh, a nice peekaboo though. And yeah, I'm not sure what this, how this benefits Ducker. Of course, getting Robert isolated is nice. Having the Starfish straight from the start is nice, but you still gotta come back here later anyways for the kill. All it really does is saves this body right here. So let's see, Fuzk after restart got the Aeon Driver sick now, using a blue egg in the end to get him KO'd and grab his disguise. Trespassing around the kitchen, some big whooshes. I believe they already picked up the Cleaver earlier. So Fuzk has everything they need for the Sierra kill. Ducker currently a red. I do believe that is from... Yeah, that has to be from Robert, of course. They quite saw them throw a wrench straight at his face. So let's see. Ducker now inside the driver's lounge as well. Doesn't need to be sneaky back here. Can just run and grab a Cleaver. Security guard is allowed to carry that. Now needs a Aeon Driver and of course the Sierra isolation. Fuzk in the meantime in as the Aeon Driver inside the Kronstadt garage. Doing regular sugar isolation, I believe. I hope they picked up the sugar at the start. And it does seem like they did. So Fuzk working on the Sierra isolation. Meanwhile, Ducker, not sure where... What his current plan is currently... also in the driver's lounge, running up and down a little bit. Might be looking for an Aeon driver or a Thwack mechanic. Miami has quite a lot of disguises, so now he's certainly found the Aeon driver, or at least knows where he is. Now he just needs to wait to get it. Not the easiest either. Fuzk, the other side though, getting the first kill. Sierra Cleaver as the Aeon driver. Now just needs a Thwack mechanic. I myself don't know off the top of my head where that is either. I would just go into the Thwack garage and check there, and I would believe I'd find something. But yeah, as of right now, at the very least, this is looking Fuzk favored. At the very least, dodging crowd enforcers. By using this a cool new feature in Hitman 2 that you can hide inside crowds of people. It turns out I would have been wrong, as apparently Fuzk is headed to the Thwack paddock to find a Thwack mechanic there. I would assume so, at least. Ducker is doing some very interesting distractions inside all of these fake NPCs, of course. All these NPCs around them are not real, but Ducker is getting very annoyed that I can't even see who they are luring. I mean, I'm assuming it is an Aeon driver. Or a Thwack mechanic. Or both. But this... Ooh, okay, I see a chainler to the bathroom to get him isolated, and it seems like Ducker finally has him on a leash here. That is indeed an Aeon driver. Oh, mirrors there. That could have been dangerous. And now he's snapped back to the door. Ducker finally has the Aeon driver. Can get the Sierra kill, then later afterwards needs the Thwack mechanic. And can get the Robert kill, which he already basically set up. Ducker's stream is chugging a little bit for me. I hope that is, or at least I do believe, on Ducker's end. It is still quite fine. We can at least see what is happening, and we've certainly seen worse streams than this. And now it's back to normal anyways, so all good there. Fuzk, on the other hand, though, making very, very good progress. Thwack mechanic acquired. Still needs to run down and grab the starfish, which is gonna be what holds his run up a little bit. Ducker initiating the sugar. Ooh, and this starfish might be a bigger detour for Fuzk than originally anticipated. They are in the Thwack mechanic. They are around where they need to be. They tried shooting open a door but panicked some people. Now they have the security guards to watch out for as well. This is going to be a race against time for both of these players pretty much. Ducker has gotten Sierra out of her car. And now whooshing her inside this little side room. Ducker running back with the starfish in hand towards Robert, and currently still in the lead, I would say. If Ducker had a bit quicker Aeon mechanic grab, Aeon driver grab, and maybe now Thwack mechanic grab, I don't know exactly what what Ducker has planned for the Thwack mechanic, of course. Crowd forces around need to be a bit careful, but they apparently are a bit blind today. So yeah, this could be over very, very soon, as Fuzk is up near the laptop for Robert Knox. Let's see. Ducker and the Thwack Mechanic running up towards Robert. This could get potentially very, very close again. As Ducker is making up good time, Fuzk still needs to wait for Robert to arrive up here. And Ducker has him already neatly isolated in the side room. That is the kill for Ducker. Long server lag there, but Ducker just needs to make the way to the exit now, as Robert Knox is approaching rapidly for Fuzk, and this is looking like it's gonna be a photo finish. Depends a bit how quickly Ducker can get through the security center. And this is a race against time for both players. Fuzk already has the security center cleared out, and this is very, very close between the players. Ducker is exited, and just about 2.5 seconds later, Fuzk is out. 10 minutes 48 versus 10 minutes 46. And after all this, we basically have a second photo finish, seeing as the last one would have been one as well. But yeah, a photo finish to count out now, as I believe this is going to be counted out. 2.5 difference between other players, I don't think. Not sure if they had, who had more restarts here, to be fair. I'm not sure if either of them restarted, really. So yeah, I very firmly believe this one is going to be counted out. 1.75 seconds is the actual difference. I was lying with that 2.5. It is even closer than imagined. This could be closer than expected. My eyes deceived me, and for fun, I'm sorry. This could even end up in a draw, realistically. Both players definitely preloaded this map, as we are playing it for the third time in a row. So, but I'm actually not sure on what platform Ducker is on right now, to be fair. I believe Ducker is playing PC now, but if I just look at that Paris load from Ducker, if that is the same that he had in Miami, then this is gonna be a long advantage to him, actually, even with two loads from Fuzk, if they are like regular loads and not Ducker time loads. Then Ducker might actually catch this, get this up to a 2 second or more lead. But we will see. Reaper is currently counting. Fuzk apparently restarted at least once. So yeah, this is gonna be a close one for sure. But Ducker is already wasting no time and practicing Paris, which at this point I can very much reveal that is our first random map, which is certainly going to be played either with a 4-0 Fuzk lead, a 2-for-2 draw, or a 3-1 Fuzk lead, which also certainly is an option we have. Yes, Miami was done a third time. First time was map number 1. Second time was the supposed map number 2, which got nullified because we had Twitch issues, and Fuzk did not notice until post-run. So the second Miami was respawn, and this is the result of that respin. So technically Miami number 3, which counts as map number 2. But yeah, Tucker already preparing with a quick little Paris spin. So if the spin is going to be Viktor Novikov, I had to think of the target name there for a second. Viktor Novikov, Falling Object as Tech Crew, and Dahlia Margolis. I'm not quite sure. Pistol? Is that going to be a pistol snipe from Ducker? It is. Pistol as auction staff? Pellet staff? Not quite sure. Then Ducker has the perfect strand right there demonstrated for us. Ducker already finished with map 3 before we even got the map 2 result. So let's see. Paris could be our potential last map if Fuzk manages to catch up the 1.7 seconds, 7.5 I think, 1.75 seconds, and extend that by another 2 seconds. So basically if Fuzk loaded for at least 3.75 seconds more than Ducker, he will take this map. But let's see. We will have a result, and it's going to be a Ducker victory. Ducker had 11.8 seconds across the first load. Fuzk had 6.9 seconds across one load, and therefore Ducker wins Miami. Fuzk said that he restarted at least once. Maybe the load numbers are off. Or I might need to verify that. But currently, at least this result is a Ducker win by 6.65 seconds. Fuzk said that he did reset at least once. Apparently, we might need to to redo the calculations a bit there, as Fuzk had a restart, because I think I was pointing out. So this map 2 result might not be the final one, as mistakes can happen, and Fuzk might not still be out, might not be out of it just yet. But either way, it's looking tough for Fuzk. By initial calculations, Ducker is leading by 6.65 seconds. So in order for Fuzk to win map number 2, his second load would now need to be 8.65 seconds or more, which is a lot. A load of 4.65 seconds would be enough for a tie, which is a lot more realistic, but honestly a second load on a map could even be less than 4 seconds. But yeah, we have multiple admins now looking at this photo finish in the background. Since Fuzk himself also said that he did definitely restart at least once. So Fuzk is on 2 loads and not on 1 as he was initially counted. But yeah, what an unusual match already. Just to bring everyone on board yet again, as there still seems to be a bit of confusion inside Twitch chat. We played map number 1 perfectly fine. First Miami was won by Fuzk. And Miami number 2, a minute into Miami, we did face some stream troubles. Both my stream and Fuzk's stream at the very least, and we believe Ducker's stream as well, went offline for a couple of seconds. In my case, OBS had issues reconnecting, so I had to manually restart it to get my stream up and running again. Ducker's stream survived just fine. Fuzk's stream went offline just like mine did apparently. But Fuzk did not notice this until post-run. There was some issues in the communication as well. And Fuzk was not aware that his stream died until the end of the map. He did finish about 20 seconds earlier than Ducker, but obviously we had no POV stream from him, so we couldn't verify that. So we decided, or the match admin Reaper, together with the other admins, decided that Miami number 2 was going to be replayed. That was the Miami we just saw, which we got a photo finish on, and that photo finish apparently was missing one load of Fuzk at the very least. So we are having second calculations right now, and multiple admins are checking to get a definitive result for Miami number 2. Afterwards, we will move on to Paris. I hope everybody followed my explanation right there. It is complicated, but yes. Hopefully, we can leave the issues behind us now. So let's see. Players are asking for a fourth Miami in chat, but I do not believe that we are gonna be doing that. I at least, as a viewer and shoutcaster, I would be happy if we can move on from Miami now. I know Miami is a great map, and I know some people are going to be offended if I say this, but look at that. We have another Miami spin with plus 2009, what is that? 29 million or something seconds remaining, as the map number 2 result was just undone, and it is indeed a draw. As Ducker's second load did push him inside the draw window. Now Fuzk apparently has loaded for 12 times. This is a typo from Reaper, who's edited the matchups message. Fuzk, of course, had 2 loads for 14.3 seconds. Ducker is still at 1 load of 11.8 seconds, which is still crazy that is Ducker's only load, and it's 11 seconds. So if my quick maths are correct, I'm gonna pull out a calculator, because I can't be bothered to do this by hand. Ducker, or the final difference was roughly 0.75 seconds towards Fuzk, which of course is not enough for a map win outright. So we are still discussing. Draw winner is 2 seconds. What we all see. But yes, that is the final Miami result, I believe. I do not see anybody necessarily complaining about it. Believe we caught all loads now, and yeah, we will be moving on to Paris with hopefully less issues from now. We got everything out the way. I don't know. We had stream issues. We had photo finish and photo finish issues. I don't know. The only thing that's missing now, I don't really don't want to jinx it, would be like players doing the spin incorrectly. But we still have at least one more map, actually at least two more maps, with a score of 3-1 now. Then the maximum we can get to after Paris is gonna be a 5-1 Fuzk lead, but 5 points are not enough to win a best of 5. It's gonna be 6 or more points or a 5-5 draw at the end of it. But yeah, very, very tightly done. Let's see. Paris up next now. And the theme continues of Ducker being favored in terms of statistics. 19-6-1 is his lifetime performance. That is a lot of wins. On the other side, Fuzk 3-10-1. Paris certainly not his best map. Currently, personal best of 8 minutes yet again, almost doubled of Ducker with 4 minutes 11. But as we've seen in the 3 Miamis we've witnessed, stats don't mean everything. Fuzk basically almost won all 3 of those, if it wasn't for pesky stream issues or photo finishes. But yeah, map record, 1:36, quite quick. Let's see what this... I lost track, I think 4th spin. On map 3 now. First spin has an offer for it. This is Viktor Novikov, SMG as tech crew, Dalia Margolis, no target pacification, sniper rifle as security guard. This is a quick one. The biggest issue is where do you bring the sniper rifle? As that is actually gonna be what's gonna be the most difficult part about this. But you just start tech crew, as both of these players are doing. You have the SMG in your inventory. You get Victor immediately with the fireworks or the bullet distractions, although that's going to be a bit more difficult with a SMG, I believe. Ducker is attempting it as well. Trying to single shot, get spotted by cams now and has missed it. That's going to be a restart from him. He had the right idea, of course, but sadly execution was missing a little bit. Fuzk, on the other hand, got it immediately. And just got out of that cam frame in time. Has planned a sniper rifle apparently below the stairs here. Bullet distraction is all that's going to take for Dahlia to be isolated. Alright, Ducker now got the bullet distractions done properly. Thrown distraction for Victor. Let's see. Fuzk, after that first restart, a bit in the lead. But currently in the basement, clearing out cams, it seems, or at least the camera room. Snail and Blue Egg, I believe, was used there. Security guard disguise can be found immediately outside, I believe. Fuzk took one from the security room right there. Let's see. And Fuzk has a sniper rifle, has the security disguise, is running up again. Gonna likely bring Dahlia down to the 2nd floor by the looks of things, while Ducker now outside in the security guard disguise has a sniper rifle plan in the shed apparently. This is actually now looking or swayed over to be a Ducker favored, I would guess. As I would guess even more. Ducker is not going to bring Dahlia down, as we just saw him practice pistol sniping Dahlia from down here. And with the sniper rifle, that's even going to be a little bit more easier. That's the kill for Ducker, and the exit at that as well, right there. 2 minutes 58, a bit of stream delay, but Ducker out first. Fuzk only going to be seconds after, or maybe not. Dahlia seems to either no longer be interested in the fireworks, or he didn't trigger them yet. So yeah, Fuzk sadly no way of catching up here. And this is gonna be a 3-3 Ducker. 3-3 Ducker making up, well, tying up the match now, which means we get to see all remaining RNG maps. Up next, Colorado as our first one, and for a possibly a 5-3 lead for either player afterwards. It could also be a 4-4 tie afterwards. And then we have a final deciding map afterwards that I'm not gonna spoil just yet. But let's see. Ducker, with the stronger statistic on Paris, was able to take that on this map. Don't get me wrong, but I would argue that they're equally bad. 1-7-3 doesn't really convince me, neither does 5-12-3. Of course, numbers alone aren't everything. Ducker has been here more times at the very least, but also obviously lost more of that. I would guess in terms of win rate, Ducker is probably ahead, but less than... Is that going to be less than 50%? I believe it is less than... should be less than 50%. For either player. But of course we don't know what the spins were, we don't know who they played against, so those numbers just on their own don't mean a lot, but they can give us a first impression. Personal best of Fuzk is 18 minutes 17. That is it's an option of, well, improving the personal best for either player here. 10 minutes 20 on Ducker's end. I wouldn't say slow, but also obviously not a speed run either. Current map record 5 minutes 31, exactly tied between two players actually, which is crazy that on a map like Colorado, two players on two different spins got the exact same time of 5 minutes 31. Let's see, maybe a third player will now get a 5 minute 31 spin with Sean Rose Kitchenknife as a militia elite. Penelope Graves Fall as a militia cook. There goes your 531. Ezra Berg remote explosive weapon as a militia soldier, and Maya Parwadi silence pistol as militia technician. Actually, maybe, I mean, the Penelope Fall is only really the worst part about this spin. The disguises aren't necessarily all bad. Cook, of course, getting that is risky at best. But everything else looks quite decent, I have to say. You can set up Ezra remotely, so you don't have to bring the soldier to the house. Sean with an elite kill, you can just get the disguise from the house over there. Maya technician is likely where you're gonna isolate Sean in the shed. Silenced pistol, likely one you're gonna bring in anyways. And then there's Penelope Fall militia cook, which is gonna be the difficult part. But let's see, both players started Westbridge, default at this point, I would guess. Who target lockdown on Ducker's end as they got a side KO on the one militia elite. Would have been fine as just likely fine as just Ezra saw that. I believe the guard would not turn orange in that instance, I believe, but let's see, Ducker gets hunted now while shooting open the door. Accidentally pressed load. Gonna delay his restart a little bit. Fuzk more successful so far. Also gonna isolate Penelope while he's at it. And yeah, Lion could set up the Ezra kill. But I do not see a breacher or anything in Fuzk's inventory. Maybe they didn't bring one or anything the likes. But that means, I mean, Fuzk obviously has to come back for the Penelope kill anyways. Also, the Ezra kill isn't a done deal just yet, as Fuzk is exiting the house and likely gonna head towards Maya next, as she is on her move to the perfect isolation. Fuzk hesitating, a bit back and forth. As Ducker also now got Ezra down nicely in the basement. Got Penelope right there as well. It's gonna run off as well. Not the biggest of difference between the players. Ducker, of course, had the 2 restarts already at this point. So definitely time advantage to Fuzk, who's currently busy getting Maya in a good position. Ducker is actually clearing out Sean's shed first, which is gonna net him a militia technician disguise, which is required for the Maya kill. And I believe Fuzk currently, Ducker currently not going for Maya immediately. Now he's switching. Maya's already at the ISO spot though. There's the voice line between the two. And if Ducker can get this Maya lure done straight away, which he does, Ducker is nicely catching up, as Fuzk is having some troubles, I believe, grabbing a militia technician. Didn't realize that the 2 people inside this shed, where he's gonna isolate Sean in right now, are in fact technicians. And so Ducker is gonna be the one picking up the first kill here. Silenced pistol militia technician for Maya Parvati. Had to dodge that enforcer a little bit. And yeah, technically just like seconds behind Fuzk, who just cleared out the shed, KO'd Ezra. And Ducker multitasking a little bit better, as we see him also grabbing, or at least isolating, the cook before heading for Sean. He also picked up the kitchen knife now, so you can do the Sean kill immediately in a second once he's over there. I mean, he's likely just gonna... I don't know, he is gonna take the cook disguise with him. And therefore come on back later to grab an elite and a kill on Sean, of course. As this is just going to be a knockout. And oh, he has an elite still here. Of course, he did change out of it earlier, and that was a technician that he left, so it didn't even discard everything I said about Ducker's run in the last 10 seconds. 2 kills down for Ducker. Fuzk, on the other hand, did get the Maya kill, and is getting hunted switching into the cook. He just medicked him straight where he stands. Not sure if that's gonna be the most optimal play. And Ducker just picking up kills left and right. They did pick up that set up the Ezra kill earlier apparently, and just detonated that breacher. And that is only a single kill missing for Ducker. Penelope Graves fall as the militia cook. Cook disguise is acquired, and they are running to the house. So I guess the most risky kill remaining last. This could very much still end the run. but if this works out, Ducker is gonna be out in a couple of seconds. Or maybe minutes. Don't wanna overestimate. And it looked like Ducker is gonna go for the outside. What's that stairs? Meanwhile, Fuzk has a target lockdown on Ezra, or at least a panic, while clearing out the basement. Ducker is switching disguises wildly in the basement right now. Not sure if that is an attempt at actually triggering hostile glitch, or if that had anything planned. But Ducker seems to be setting up Maya fall kill outside. There are some prying eyes around here, but this is not impossible for sure. And while Fuzk has restarted after that failed Ezra isolation in his last run. And if Ducker can just get a good timing where none of these two NPCs are looking his direction, which of course definitely exists, can do this kill in just a couple of seconds. Gonna make sure to drag her far enough back so the kill, the prompt is actually a dump eliminate. Gonna do a bullet distraction just to be sure. Oh, he needs to go all the way around to be able to do this kill. He is risking it, but there's the dump eliminate prompt. Currently still green. Let's hope that guard doesn't turn around in time, and he does not. Ducker gets the penalty grace fall as Militia could kill down just fine. Almost gets spotted by the two guards at the entrance, and has pressed done. We can see them approach the exit. There's the hostile glitch I did mention, actually. That is true. Ducker had to go the long way. Just managed to save it in time, but Ducker starting his path to success in Paris, and now also takes Colorado, and leads the match, going into our final map of the final match of the penultimate stage or round of the tournament. Ambrose Island is gonna be the final map between these two players in just under 2 minutes. This was our third random map with a score of 3-5. If Ducker wins Ambrose Island, he will win the match and get 1 point towards his standings. If Fuzk wins this map, we will end up on a score of 5-5, meaning a draw, and both players get half a point. If this is a draw, then Ducker still wins because he would be on 6-4 points, and Ducker would get the point again. Looking at the statistics for these two players, currently both on 2 points in the Swiss standings. So this match certainly decides, or can be a deciding factor. I mean, at this point, very likely decides whether one of them can make it to the knockout stage or not. The winner of this is going to be on 3 points, going into the round 6 of the Swiss stage. If the winner also wins the 6th round of the Swiss stage, then they would be on 4 points and very likely to make it through. The loser of this match is going to stay on 2 points, can get 3-point max, which is going to be not going to be enough to make it, I believe. And for fun is the better numbers on this, but I believe that is the gist of it. 4 points, you're through, pretty much. 3 points, likely not. Or almost guaranteed not, or even guaranteed. So yeah, also 2.5 points each would, I believe, eliminate them, as 3.5 points might not be enough to advance. So let's see. It is going to be Noel Crest SMG in a suit and Cynthia Aka Venthan with a sniper rifle as an engineer. So one really easy kill. Noel SMG suit. Can just do that from the regular Central Social Hub. I don't know what that name is, honestly. Start. And I believe Noel even carries the SMG. As I just saw that Ducker is not pre-planning an SMG, but of course, if Noel brings it, you don't have to bring it yourself. So that is a quick kill. AK sniper rifle engineer, not the toughest either. Personally, I'm not. Oh, the engineers are. I remember where the engineers are now, or I think there are multiple engineers on this map. They are. I don't know what you even call that. Harbor area thingy. They're throwing the explosive very far outside the cave. But I believe he does know what he's doing. Fuzk, quick restart. As we see. And yeah, Dakar now firm lead. Already has Noel isolated. Is even wearing the correct suit from the overlay. Distracting the one guard that's already there near Noel. The other guard has decided to go in a little bit of a break first. Only now decided he's gonna show up. Fuzk is using new seeker spots for Noel. He's managed to figure it out without getting spotted now. Stucker is also KOing the second guard of Noel. I'm not sure if you need to KO them. Or to be precise, I don't actually know what they do once you kill Noel. So KOing them is probably the easier option. And Ducker picking up the first kill here, SMG suit. Noel, fine. Very well done. Fuzk got an NTK at the start. Ooh, that is a bit more unlucky. But they have... Fuzk has also gotten Noel sick now. Different spots to KO these guards in, but likely gonna work just fine. Ducker has met the engineer and is now wearing his disguise. And this could be quickly over for Ducker. Fuzk. Body shots. Noel first, not enough to kill him quite yet. Luckily, it didn't seem like he screamed a lot in pain. Or at all, even. And that is a quick kill for Fuzk as well. Bit behind, of course. But both players only requiring the AK kill. Ducker has everything they need for it as well. And they are legal around here as well. Which certainly helps a ton with this kill. Ooh, and I believe Ducker has also made Aka's guard sick, which is gonna make this kill a lot safer and easier for him. The only thing I would be worried about now is that guard repathing to the bathroom up here. But even if he does, it is gonna be quite a while until he arrives there. I'm not sure where Ducker's explosive is right now. There was one guard with a question mark running towards that spot, so hopefully that is not the one spotting it. I think Ducker is also looking for the guard of Aka. Not quite sure. Fuzk, on the other hand, is, I believe, still looking for the engineer. Yeah, Ducker's bomb did not get delivered so far. I believe he still has the detonator and the bomb is still around there. At least I believe. And it seems like Ducker is just waiting. And also a bit anxious of Aka's private guard, who after being done sick is gonna go and find Aka, although Scruffy in Twitch chat has just pointed out that it's likely Aka's guard who has actually found the bomb and delivering it now for Ducker. So he doesn't need to really worry about that anymore. As Fuzk has made Aka sick and is currently inside her compound. I'm not sure if there's an engineer disguise around here, although I wouldn't be surprised if there is one. That's big whoosh is there, nowhere to hide really, except the very, very small tree. Ducker trying to make extra sure that Aka's not gonna be found by just dumping all his weapons that he has in his inventory right next there, so that if the guard comes back before he can exit, he first has to take care of one pistol. Then he comes back again and finds another pistol. And then he comes back again and finds another pistol. And then he comes back and finds Aka, and by that time Ducker is hopefully out of the map. As we see, Ducker is actually exited. Just now there's the detonation, there's the exit. Fuzk still hunting for the engineer disguise. And the Aka kill afterwards, of course. But Ducker out 6 minutes 42, new personal best for them as well. And Ducker is gonna take the map, the match and the map with a 3-7 score. Very, very nicely done. Even unlocking the oil canister now. I would imagine they already had unlocked it before, but just didn't end the map afterwards. So, got the pop-up now. But yeah, Fuzk now meeting the engineer as well. Gets this guy sadly a little bit too late. And what an amazing match. After some initial struggles, both in terms of, well, gameplay on Ducker's end and technology overall. Ducker managed to win the final match of the round 5 of the Swiss stage. Let's see where that puts them on the standings. Gonna quickly refresh just to make sure they're up to date. At this point, these are the final standings after round 5 of Swiss. The round 6 draw is around the corner now, and everybody who's on 2 points now, or 2.5 points I believe, is pretty much eliminated, since the maximum they can get is 3 or 3.5 points, which is not going to be enough to advance, very likely. Everyone on 4 points is almost guaranteed. Everyone on 3 or 3.5 points is going to fight for advancing to the knockout stage. Infrafun is already ready with and cannot await the draw, I believe. I heard rumors that he already rented out at least one of Google's data centers to run some calculations and run the percentages who's going to make it through or not after the round 6 draw drops, which is going to be only hours, minutes away at this point, I believe. But yeah, I think at this point, all I have left to say is thank you everyone very, very much for watching this amazing last match of this stage. Thank you to the Reaper 47 for adminning this, and of course the entire admin team with helping through the issues that we've had. Thanks to the 2 players for playing, obviously. Congratulations on Ducker for winning this one. Best of luck to him for round 6 and his potential advancement. And yeah, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope to see you soon in another Roulette Rivals cast. Thank you and goodbye.